What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. And yes, finally, I am back with a bit more AOR Oceania F2 highlights. This is from round number 7 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. First off, I do apologise for the lateness of this video. Again, like I said in the previous videos, work has just taken a bit more of a priority recently. So, yeah, that's probably the main reason for it, and not having enough time to get the highlights done anyway. But here's a reminder of the driver's standings. Zombie has a 1-point lead over my teammate Owens, and Laggy and myself there in P3 and 4. Constructors, Ferrari comfortably 41 points lead over Renault. Haas there still in 3rd. Red Bull, they're in 4th as well. But hopefully you like the new graphics as well here. You can see now we're coming to the first track that we've actually raced at in AOR. As you can see from the top right, the results. Owens won it from myself and RAK, and I took pole here, funnily enough, for the first time here ever. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting race, let's just say. So let's just get straight into the qualifying highlights. So here we are at the Hungarian Grand Prix. You can probably tell Matt had a few issues to start with. I think he disconnected from the lobby from memory, but you can see now, just let Penske let me through there. On the warm-up lap, nothing really to say much about that, but just see there, just trying to get enough room to set myself for a quality lap. As you can see, there's quite a bunch of us, those white dots there, trying to get a good run out of the final corner. But here we go, running down the front straight now, heading down into turn 1, hopefully trying to get a good run. And this is where the dramas for me started for the weekend. Now, I'll try and fill you in on a little bit of this. So about 20 minutes, half an hour before the race, I did a practice race on my racing wheel, which is the, I think it's the Thrustmaster TX something or other wheel with the Ferrari add-on. So that was all fine. Everything felt normal. Nothing was felt different. So, but then come to the race, I have this issue where the downshift pedal doesn't really work. So I had to really manage throughout the rest of qualifying, or probably the rest of the weekend anyway, just to manage and just hope just to survive and get some consolatory points. Anyway, we set an 18.125, setting going purple there in sector 1, but fortunately it validated my lap time, cutting that famous corner, which is about, I think, turn 4 there. Very easy to cut, trust me, around there. But yeah, the wheel issues were just pretty much the start of all the dramas for the weekend. We'll get on to that probably a little bit later on. But you see there, just doing the normal thing, taking all the fuel out, putting on another set of super soft tyres, and just trying to salvage a good position, really. As you can see, they're just getting a little held up there from a teammate who was actually coming in at the same time as me. Oh, he was coming in the same time as I was going out for my second run. So, the paddle shift issues aside, I thought this was going to be a good weekend for myself. I felt quite confident going into the weekend. I mean, obviously from last season, as you can see now, we've actually lost our lobby host, which is not the ideal starts as well. So is now just leading captain Farah through as well, just trying to get enough space as much as we can. He did rejoin, of course, just a couple of minutes later, but he just got kicked randomly for some unknown reason. Nice game, Codemasters. But what we're going to show you now is probably something very new to the channel. It's a bit of a qualifying comparison. You may have seen it on plenty of other videos, AOR videos especially, but it's a quality comparison from my fastest lap and Zombie Hunter's fastest lap. You can see there on his POV on the right-hand side. So coming into turn 1, I try and avoid the curb as much as I can. Zombie uses a lot more curb than I do, but again, this paddle shift issue is still having dramas for me. Zombie takes just a little tiny bit wider line compared to myself, and now coming into the infamous turn 4 where you can easily corner cut through here. I went purple. Pretty normal through here. Then again, the paddle shift dramas were not my Achilles heel there. Pretty much had me stuck there in 5th gear, but Nice run through there. Pretty even so far coming through Sector 2. This is probably where you can make a lot of time through here. I probably took a lot more curb into turn 9, I think it was, or turn 9, 10, 11. But you can see there on the right-hand side, actually, Zombie's lap time was actually invalidated. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but he continued on anyway. But you could just tell I lost a lot of time coming out of using it on the exit of turn 12, and well, that was pretty much my lap done. But you'll be able to see now, Zombie actually continued on, and it actually classified him as a lap time. You can see now I finished 9th in the end with a 1:18.117. Zombie actually qualified 2nd with a 1:17.453, including the invalidation lap. Again, nice Codemasters. They're pretty much ruining the game. So, but in the end, I went for a 3rd run. This wasn't really the plan to start with. Anyway, the plan was pretty much to just get the fastest lap and try and get as much as we can as I spin the car coming out of, I think that was turn 5. My apologies there. So, plan was to originally just run the last run, do just the one run, and pretty much do it. Get the fastest lap as best as I can. But here's some replays on board the Sly and Captain Farah. Now, on the left, the Sly is actually on a flying lap. Captain Farah is actually on an out lap, and this is really affecting the Sly big time here, and it's just pretty much ruined his lap now. Now, this did get taken to the stewards, and I think Captain Farah has copped a qualifying ban for the next round in Belgium. But the Sly continued on. Fortunately, he ran a little bit too wide, probably got put off by the Red Bull car, and that was his qualifying session done. Apologies if the footage and the audio is a bit out of sync as well. You can just see there, just ran a little bit wide, and yeah, he's just really a passenger from now on there. So, but in the end, DLG Gamble, who is a reserve driver, is actually got his first pole position, so congrats to him. Zombie there in P2, finished up in, like I said, P9 in the end. My teammate up in P5. You could actually tell that both the Haas drivers of Laggy and R8 actually set the identical same time, which is a first, I think, in AOR Oceania F2 especially. But that was just incredible. But time to go racing here for round 7 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Well, welcome to the grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Perfect conditions pretty much for racing around here. The plan was pretty much to do the one-stop, pretty much identical to what my teammate Owens did last year. So, yeah, that was pretty much the plan. Did not like the medium tyres at all here, so we're getting all set now for the round 7 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Let's do it around the Hungaroring. Got Mitchy's point of view up at the top right as well, but you can see already there is a lot of cars lagging. And then unfortunately, when Zombie returned, obviously he left the session, it migrated the host to possibly Penske, I think from memory, so that pretty much ruined his. It didn't start well, and Mitchy's already been spun around and he's out of the race. I think he may have got a bit tangled up with Penske there. We'll have a bit more footage to have a look at a bit later, but you just see still battling away with R8, who's lagging quite a lot here, and I was just taking it so cautiously to avoid front wing damage. You can see my teammate just running a little bit wide there, coming out of the turn 5 section there. And it was this point where I was starting to question whether this lobby was sort of capable of continuing. As you can see, R8 had a massive crash. Well, it looked like a massive crash on my screen anyway, but still seeing, there's tangling going on in front. It's Formula Dragster and my teammate, I think, come to blows there. They're going to have to do it right around the outside. This is not something you do around this track, especially around the outside, but somehow managed to get it done on Formula Dragster. Now coming down to begin lap 2 now, sizing up Laggy for a big dive bomb and a little bit of a touch. might have halted his run a little bit coming out of that corner, but now around the outside, we're going to have to do it here into turn 2. Can we do it? Just holding it, just hold this line, we can get it into the next line, and we do, so that's up in P6 now. Then you can see now the zombie is actually spun around, and it was at this point like I said earlier, we're starting to ponder whether we should reset the lobby, which we decided we'd do in the end. So let's have a look at some replays from the start. This is on board with Spagbell. Now, originally he didn't pick his car at the first attempt, so he's basically got stuck in a Toro Rosso because Ikaya was not here that weekend. You can see that. Oh dear me, that was a big crash there. I don't know whether Michi or saw Penske there on his inside or not, but Spagbell had the perfect vision there, as you can see now. Now cutting the further on into the lap, he's trying to chase after Conrad straight here, probably try and get a good run coming out of this final corner. He does so. You see now, I think there was his so-called teammate, the captain, which is technically not his teammate, which is supposed to be that map, but he goes up the inside of Conrad, really pushing him wide there, and gets the spot in the end. Yeah. So good move there from Spagbell there. Might not have been a group move for Conrad, but anyway, he's on a replay on board with Penske. He's right behind Spagbell while all this was going on, so pretty much sending it right down the middle. Here's Penske, right up the rear, gets a bit of contact there, I think, from Exodona. And this is where it all turns chaos now. Somehow Penske managed to only get away with the damaged front wing, but obviously it sent Penske out of the race. Anyway, but now I'll replay with Captain Farah. Now, not sure exactly what occurred here, but it looks like, yeah, I don't know whether Michi didn't side him or not. Side Penske, and yeah, it just turned into him, and yeah, oh no, the captain's tangled with Spagbell. That's well, this is definitely not the start he wanted, and you just see now at this point, you'll be able to probably see it in his video as well. He was starting to wonder what the hell's going on. Cars are just parked everywhere, thinking what was going on. We did point out to everybody in the Twitter chat and the Xbox chat that we were going to restart the lobby, and he gets, I think, punted from Is That Matt in the end. But I'll be back shortly, hopefully with the grid we set.
6 hours later.
All right, welcome back, guys and girls, to attempt number 2 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, basically, like I said earlier, we got Zombie back as proper host this time. So everything was sorted there. And we did have to set the custom grid from what it was from qualifying. So, like, basically everybody who started, and I assume on the soft tyres in the top 10, had to start on them. Everybody else could start on whatever tyre they wanted. So, here we go. Attempt number 2 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Have our teammates on board as well. Let's go around Hungary Ring again. And pretty even start again compared to R8 on the right there. Laggy pulled to the right there already. You just see my teammates already red Xing on my screen, and so is DT actually. It's I think it was Exodona sitting up the inside there. You can just see DT really suffering big time from that red X there, but you can just see he turns up from out of nowhere, parks it over to the left-hand side, and there's still barge going on here. That was R8 again. So we're already biffing and barging already, and it's only attempt number 2. It's sort of like lap 3, you would say, on the second attempt. If you put the 2 races together, I'm making stuff up. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover for videos anyway, so pretty much sizing up R8 going into turn 1 here. I think it's Owens and Exodona battling hard here. Exodona going up the inside there. Oh, R8 getting a bit sideways there. Lag may be involved there as well, but Exodona sent it up the inside of Owens. I think at this point Owens may have copped a bit of damage. They're still banging wheels side by side going into turn 3 and into 4. I don't know if it's going to end well here. Lag still involved. His red Xing now is actually my teammate. He's probably going to kill me next time I speak to him in the party chat, but now size up the move up the inside of R8. Owens pulls to the side, and unfortunately, yeah, Penske got by as well, but yeah, that was just a bit of an awkward moment. afterwards, RA did say that he was trying to avoid Owens. He did run wide at that chicane, as you saw, and he unfortunately just pretty much in the wrong place at the wrong time. And now trying to chase back up after Penske here in the P8. Now, you can probably tell from the bottom right, I was weighing up what tyres to go on. Do I go on the mediums, go for a long run and just hope and get some good valuable points to run wide there coming out of a turn 11? But do I go for do I go to a two-stop and go from the softs to maybe the super softs and just blaze onto the end? But in the end, I did go for the two-stop, but I switched it around and put on another set of super soft tyres, just blaze on, go nuts, and as my teammate's actually in the lane as well, so he's copped damage as well. The front wing was changed as well, and away we go. Here's my teammate coming in, and oh dear. Well, it's only even lap 4, and it's already looking like a disastrous day for Ferrari all round, as he actually had to wait a little bit longer, and now he's going for the longer strategy here. Is my teammate onto the mediums, and a new front wing, away he goes. It'll be a long old slog for the Ferraris, I'm telling you, but it is a replay from the start from both the Red Bulls. Mitchie on the left, DT on the right. Now, you can probably tell on DT side of things, he actually copped a blue flag warning, which is still the weird glitch again that they have on F1 2017, but you just see DT, he's actually pulling out of the way on his screen. Probably look different on his screen, but oh, Mitchie got tagged big time there. I think possibly, not sure who the tagger was, but sent them all the way back, and I think it was Frizy just pulling out of the road anyway. But replay from Zombie Hunter, nice start from DLG Gamble, got a rocket start in the end. And there's, I think that's DT, who's already red Xing, as you could probably tell already, but very nice start from DLG Gamble, who's in the Mercedes for this weekend. He's another one on board with Zombie's teammate Penske. A little bit sideways off the start there for him. Maybe probably sizing up Conrad, maybe Spagbol in the turn 1. He's taking the very tight line in the turn 1. Just waiting to see what happens. There's a little contact with, I think that's Captain Farah and the Toro Rosso. Now, we'll point out Spagbol did pick his car the second time around, so all's well. So that might explain it. And Spagbol's actually lagging a lot, and it may have been the cause of what happened with he and Mitchie there. You see, I think it pretty much it may have reset him to the track there, and very unfortunate for Mitchie, and both the Red Bull cars are now were at the back of the pack anyway until us guys came into the Ferraris. But the inside, that's not worked out well for Conrad. He's been spun at turn 5. There's a replay on board with Spag's teammate Matt, and you could argue there whether he was far enough up or not, but yeah, it didn't look great for Conrad. Again, here's another replay from Captain Farah heading down to turn 1. Now, he did have a little look here up the inside here of Penske. Very tight line, gets squeezed onto the grass there. Still banging wheels with Penske. But I think he lost spots in the end there, and that's what happened with Frizy. He was actually the car that was well off the road there onto the grass. Just pulls to the side there. Looked a little bit closer from Michi's point of view, but everything ended well there. But now a replay with Exodona. Again, apologies if the footage and the audio is a bit out of sync. It's it's not brilliant, but you can see there's more tagging going into turn 1 there. Now took a big dive bomb up the inside, gave him a little bit of a bump there. Now we'll point out Exodona is well known for his lag. So again, lag may be a big issue here for this one. So I don't think it really ended well. I think Exodona did get the spot, but whether my teammates got front wing damage or not. So this is Owens just pulling out of the road. He didn't want to, we're in the same party chat, he didn't want to get people involved with, get caught up in incidents with his Red X. So he just decided to pull out of the road and let everybody through, which is very gracious, I think, for Owens. really great in the end, and that was a replay DT up the inside of Matt there. So the Red Bulls are working in sync here. They now cut a bit lap, and Matt's desinking. That might actually explain why he had to come in for the front wing damage. So it really does explain. Oh, R8 getting caught up on that curb like I did in qualifying. That's an easy move for Penske, so that's now up in the 7th place. I seriously don't know how Penske avoids all this carnage up into turn 1 anyway, but now Mitchie up the inside of Captain Farrow, DT as well, right around the outside there, but now for me, basically, it was just a recovery mission and for my teammate as well. But this didn't really help my cause, running a bit wide out of a turn 12 there. I'll get my corners right, but basically the goal here was to blaze on, set quick laps, hopefully pick up some positions. That was a yellow flag there coming out of 5. But yeah, now setting purple sector times actually. Didn't actually set the fastest first sector, but set the fastest second sector, and actually set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:20.4. This was really showing my pace, and I think that was that laggy person in the pits, so he might have been called up. Oh, that was forming a dragster. It must have had a spin there at a turn 3, and actually that was a big moment for him there. That was an easy move for Penske, so again he's up into 6th place, getting good points for Renault, and that might explain who that was. That was laggy off to the side of the road there, so whether he got tangled up with somebody or not, I don't know. To wait and see. Is Mitchie trying to get a move on Spagbolt? Didn't really like going through the chicane there, so had to cut it. They're going very wide here. Nearly getting close to the wall there. That could have ended in disaster for the Red Bull driver. Now up the inside of Spagbolt on lap 6. Didn't quite have enough in the end at turn 2. Again coming through the chicane. Nah, that's not going to work. Again he had to cut the chicane. Didn't get a penalty for it either, so there was a bit of action as well. Then it's old DT. You may have got a bit put off by Matt there. Now he's actually had to cut the chicane as well, but now Mitchie had to go up the inside here of Spagbolt. It's not worked out, and now he's got more front wing damage. And you'll be able to see how he in his video how he felt about Spagbolt, but that again. That was a shocking chicane there for myself, but now Mitchie's the first retirement of this race, so it's just been disastrous for both races for Mitchie, being the first retiree, and there's his car right in the middle of the track, all debris all over the circuit. Actually set a purple first sector as well while I was doing it. I didn't think it really mattered much in the end, but now coming up to Fries, he actually lets me go here. I think Fry pretty much knows that I'm a little bit quicker than him. Sorry, Fry, but again, the paddle shift dramas was still a bit of an issue as well in the race. So, I mean, it did rectify itself a little bit, but not much. Here's what happened to Mitch. He got caught on the curb, and yeah, that's his race done. And DT, I tell you what, he had a perfect view, and I watched this back. Boy, oh boy, it was a bit unlucky. Very close to nearly being 2 Red Bulls out of the race. Jesus, that was close. But now teammates tangling. I think that might have been Matt and Spagbolt tangling. That's an easy spot for DT. Actually ran very wide coming out of turn 3 there. And now cut to Matt, who's chasing after DEMONICxBIKER here on lap 9. Go very late. That was a very late maneuver there for Demonic. Sort of the rules slightly like an F1. Once you move once, you can't move twice sort of thing. Nearly like Max Verstappen there, but oh, banging wheel, sparks flying on board with DT. Matt did get the move done on Demonic. She had to run a little bit wide, but in the end Demonic had to succumb to that position. But now DT with the next one. To look at getting this position done. He gets DRS.
Window is now open.
Plenty of speed. Whether Demonic's going to go to the inside, yes he does. So makes it a bit easier. He'll push him wide here. managed to get enough room, gets a warning for his trouble, does DT, but should have the inside line here coming into turn 2 there. And in the end, gets it done. There's still banging of wheels. Runs very wide there, but Demonic, I think, succumbs to that position again. So, and actually, they make it worse. DT comes to 3-second time penalty. So, but for me, still back on lap 10, still charging, basically chasing after the next two as a Formula Dragster is out of this race. Now, I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe I think he came into the pits. That was a shocking run there for Conrad coming through the chicane. Did think about going up the inside, but I thought better of it. I thought I don't want any more front wing damage after what occurred on lap, what lap was it? Lap 2 or something. So I was just biding my time. Didn't think about it here up the inside, and no, just really abiding my time as DT comes into the lane for his. He's going for the 2-stop is DT, so super soft tyres. Probably doesn't have confidence to go for the 1-stop. And away he goes. But before the Dragster, I don't know. I think he came into the lane and may have binned it coming out of the pit lane. I'm not really sure. But fortunately, I have footage now. We've got a really nice run here on Conrad. Didn't really help that he had DRS, but still zooming by up into now P11, which I think it was supposed to be P12, but someone actually came into the lane, I believe. So now next up is Captain Farah, and we've got a nice run here coming into turn 4, but come around the outside. Probably not ideal run, not ideal to do it around the outside here at 4, but again, just abiding my time, trying to avoid damage. Now here's Zombie putting a lot of pressure on DLG Gamble, who's done a ripper job so far in his first race in F2. Zombie's going to have to look very late up the inside. Might have it done as well. And he does get it done as well. Well done, Zombie. Gets the race lead on lap 12. But he might hold on to it here. Goes a little bit wide. Coming into turn 2 there. And he does in the end come away with the chocolates. But now Penske in for his one and only stop onto the mediums. Away he goes. So looking pretty good so far for the Renaults. They'll be definitely gaining some points over us Ferrari boys, but now sizing up Captain Farah here and coming down the front straight. It's just all too easy, really. Coming into turn 1 and yeah, up into P9. I think someone else actually came into the lane. I can't remember who it was in the end, but next up is Spag Bowl, I think I think it was Spag Bowl anyway, but I think someone else pinned it as well. So P8 now on the lap 13. Get our, I guess the first warning. I'm not really too sure, but you can just see the tyres really, the left-hand side were probably the worst to get tyre wear, but now still chasing after DEMONICxBIKER is Zombie pitting his one and only pit stop. But he gets held by, I think that was the Sly who's come in as well for his one and only stop. I think he's going for the soft tyre run, but that holding up in the pit lane has actually helped DLG Gamble to get the race lead back. Goes down try to go down the inside, but no cigar there. Just to come back with his come back and hopefully get the race lead. But look at this, getting a nice run compared to Demonic. Right along the pit wall there, and that's an easy P7 now. So making good recovery so far in this race. But I will point out that I do have to pit again for another set of soft tyres. But now that's our second warning there. That point of the race probably wasn't really caring. Well, probably later on in the race I wasn't really caring about the penalties. But now all over the rear end of Spag Bowl here. See if we can get a good run here out of 11. Actually, a fairly decent run here. Spag is going to have to cover the inside line here. We're going to have to do it around the long way. Getting good traction out of the corner and just get it done as well. So that's up into now P6. I think next up, the next guy up is a fair way away. So running a little bit wide out of the final corner. Now we've got it done. I think Exodona are coming to the pits as well. So here's Frizy, one and only pit stop for him as well. Away he goes. He's sitting last out of all the runners here at the moment. But now look at all this gaggle of cars here. DT putting pressure on Penske. is, I think, let him go here. I think he knows on the two-stop run here now. He's trying to look up, get around Conrad there, and I think Captain Farrow was the other one. Now, back we go. Zombie putting straight away the pressure on DLG Gamble. I think a few guys may have come into the lane here. One guy yet to stop. Matt is in front there, but Zombie going right around the outside. These guys going to go side by side here going into turn 2. Who's going to hold it here? Can Zombie get it up the inside here, or can Gamble hold it around the outside? There's nothing between these two. I think Gamble's just going to have enough. He gets a little bit of push wide there. This is good racing from these guys. I think Gamble held on for the time being, and now DT going right around the outside of Conrad. No can do around there. Might have to do what I did, is actually, Conrad runs very wide at the final corner. Trying to get the good drive coming out of this corner. Again, it doesn't help for the DT with Conrad getting the DRS, but again, the zooms are straight down the inside. Might actually have a look here at that Captain Farrow as well into turn 2. Let's look at that drive out of that corner. Very nice drive, and I think he is going to get this position as well. So that's DT up in the P9. Yes, it is. So he gets that spot done. But this was on board with Penske. Apologies for the out of sync with the audio and the footage. This is just how the video was made pretty much. So we just had to stick by it, unfortunately. But this is Penske going up the inside of Conrad. And gets it done. Had to go again around the long way, really, using the extension track there at turn 3. But in the end, got the move done, and now chasing after Captain Farrow's run very wide there. I'm not sure whether he ran wide or he was letting Penske go there. So but, now cut back to us. There's a bit of a yellow flag actually behind us. But really still pushing on here with the super soft tyres. They didn't feel all too bad. I was even pondering whether when to pit again. But just look at that on board with DEMONICxBIKER. Spag Bowl's lagging all over the shop, and that might explain why the yellow flag was out. And yeah, there's Spag being spun around there. So again, I think his lag was probably not ideal there. But now, back on board we go with Zombie for the. Again, looking for the race lead here with Gamble. Might see if he could do his move again that he did earlier in the race. Goes up the inside, getting a little sideways, does Gamble there. And so does Zombie. Now this is going to be interesting. It's the other way around compared to the first time out. Zombie's going to have to hold it right around the outside. Gamble will try and hang on to the race lead, but effective race lead, because Matt's still yet to pit, but Zombie now gets the effective race lead. Now lap 16, and gets a corner cutting penalty for his trouble as well. So yeah, more yellow flag action at turn 5 there. Don't think this was for it, but you see that Demonic misses the chicane completely. He cops a 3-second time penalty. Don't think there was contact between those two. Again, lag may have played a factor in it, but Captain Farrow here getting shoved wide here by Spagbowl. And actually Spagbowl gets the move done as well, but let's see. Can get up the inside, but Spag's desyncing a lot, but he gets up the inside as well. Nice move there from the captain. Up into, I think that's effective P11, but there's Conrad spun around at turn 5, so not sure where he's actually got the curb again, like R8 and myself have already done. Now DT putting pressure on the Demonic, and now gets the move done quite easy here into turn 1. Up in the 7th he goes. So basically he and I are the only guys I think on the 2-stop here. Now on the lap 17 now, and there's a bit of yellow flag action going on there at the final couple of corners. But anyway, still pondering on when do I pit, and yeah, actually more yellow flags there. They're still continuing on through the lap anyway, but the gap, exit donor who's already pitted was probably a bit too far for me in the end, so I decided to the pit at the end of the lap anyway. So I mean, let's just see what we can do, salvage some positions and get some valuable points. Soft tyres on, away we go. I didn't really have an expectation, a goal really of where to come out of all this, but there we go. Getting close to Laggy person there, who's been on those mediums for quite a while now, actually. I think that's Captain Farah right behind him, so under a bit of a pressure here. So, but straight away on the attack here, trying to put Laggy under a bit of pressure here. I think the next car's R8 up the road. But yeah, it was just whether we could get into the top 6 or 5 even, get some valuable points. I would have been pretty happy with that. Podium was probably out of the question, but he's on board with Penske, who's starting to put pressure on here on Demonic. Going into turn 1, making a very tight line, these two. And I think in the end, even though it was the tighter line, Penske did get the move done. So it's now up into, I think, P8 for him. But this is Matt actually letting Zombie go by here. He was really enjoying leading this race earlier on, but I think he understands why. But oh, he gets a little bit put off there by DLG Gamble, who's also trying to get through and get position and not be held up too much. And I think the Sly got it done as well. But now back to us, putting a lot of pressure here on Laggy. Up the inside, we're going to go here at 12. A little bit of a bump there. Being very cautious here not to get any front wing damage. Tried again here at 13. But no can do there. So basically I thought the next best goal was probably to get him in turn 1. So pretty much sized him up here. Again, doesn't help when he's got DRS, but just trying to get onto his slipstream here. Not really close enough to get a dive, but we're going to go for a big dive on the inside and get it done as well. So now we get up into P10, getting some good points. Well, a point especially. But, you know, this goal's still on to try and get in as many points as we can. So don't lose out too much to championship leader Zombie, who's probably going to gain a lot more championship points later on in the race. But now it's pretty much sizing up R8, who's a bit slidey all over the place here on lap 20. They're just coming into turn 12 here. Runs very wide. I thought this was a very opportunistic move, but in the end it wasn't. And at this point I was just so frustrated that I was just getting damage right, left and centre. And to be fair, R8 did apologise afterwards. That really shouldn't have happened. That he did try to redress the issue, but basically now I think the goal top 5 is pretty much dead and buried now. Just try and get some points as much as we can. So put on another set of super soft tyres and away we go. Change the front wing. That's Captain Farah in the lane as well. And DT also came in as well, lap 21. So this is his second stop. Soft tyres on. So he'll be getting some good points, hopefully. He's in P7 at the moment. Might drop back a bit to P8, but it's what it looked like from R8K. You can see he just runs very wide there, nearly losing the rear end, but really getting onto the power a little bit too early there. And yeah, they said he was trying to redress the situation, but by the time that happened, it was probably a little bit too late anyway. So this was the captain making his possibly his second stop here, or maybe his first stop. I'm not really sure. It's a front wing and super soft tyres on, and away he goes. He did start at the back a little bit, so possibly he's been on those softs quite a while, but Frizy not really enjoying the chicane there too much. So, but now again, back to what it was basically from the start now. Just setting fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap. But there was a yellow flag there. Now, if you do watch Mitchie Spectator Mode video, you probably understand what actually happened. And but yeah, I think it possibly involved Spagbol and DLG Gamble, who's in a really good spot to get his first podium. But I think it's now been ruined. But me now, it's just setting purple sectors. Well, the fastest I'll get my words out in a minute. Fastest first sector, when it going purple in the second sector, and setting a 19.8 on the end of lap 22. So you probably tell I was a bit frustrated there. That was Spagbol, I think. Very lucky not to get tangled up there, and still driving the wheels off this thing. Next up, I think, is Demonic, the 11th, but running very wide there. Thankful I didn't actually get a penalty from that, so because you can get penalties, but now Now Matt's just pretty much ruined my fastest lap with a 19.661. So thank you, Matt, for that. But now Spagbol's actually been disqualified from the race. Whether it's because of the incidents it had occurring or corner cutting was an issue, well, is another thing. But R8 actually came into the lane, so now back up into P11. So there's a bit of squabbling going on here with, that's my teammate in front of me. So he's come to blows here, and I think he said when this happened that he got damaged, so he let me through here. So basically now up into P10 and now still chasing after Demonic. Now this is what occurred here. So Demonic had a good run here on my teammate. Now into turn 1. I was trying to hold on, going on the inside there. There was a bit of banging wheels there, but no. I think Demonic may have just got caught up a little bit on the curb, maybe. That might have been the issue there, but yeah, Owens didn't really like it at that stage of the race anyway. But now, after lap 20, beginning lap 27 now, my teammate's back in the lane. Now chasing after DEMONICxBIKER. We're really gathering him in the rate of knots here. Honestly, can my day get any worse? And at that point, that was when I reached boiling point. At this stage, I said I was going to go for a straight dive bomb and pretty much take him out, which I probably didn't really intend to do it. In the end, it was probably just the anger coming out of me, you know, being taken out, getting front wing damage twice from R8, and to make matters worse, there's a 3-second time penalty. So it was just probably the frustration coming out of me. So Demonic, if you're watching, I do apologise, mate. That wasn't intended. It was just the aggro coming out of me. But here's Owens serving the 5-second stop-go penalty he copped earlier in the race. Forgot about that, he did have that in the race. So super soft tyres for him. So he was just blazing on, trying to go for the fastest lap. As you can see there, blazing on, using every bit of extension road there. Now this is Penske. That's Frizy just pulling out of the road. I think at this stage, Frizy's a lap down. And now cut a bit further on. Penske had a big moment coming out of turn 10 there. DT went right around the outside. Unfortunately, got an illegal overtake for good measure, so he had to let Penske go by there. Now cut to lap 29. We're still chasing after Demonic here, but he's not really got much speed at the moment, but just really the front wing damage probably didn't really help my cause either, because it was affecting me in some corners. There's Demonic's teammate Frizy off to the side of the road there. In some corners didn't really help with the front wing damage. Now DT, he's got Laggy right behind, not far behind. He's going to size up Penske going into turn 1 on lap 30. How my voice is still surviving after this, I have no idea, but makes it pretty simple there. Does Penske, I think, and DT now moves up into P5. Now Penske will have Laggy all over his rear end very, very soon here. And now pretty much getting closer and closer to Demonic again. Really getting close here. Probably sized him up here. So I go in the inside move there, but he runs wide. I run wide. He runs a little bit right. Didn't quite get the drive I wanted to get out of that corner there, but going to have to really do it the long way around here. But, yeah, probably braked way too early there. And that really didn't help my cause there. Probably the anger and frustration coming out of what's occurred this race. So got to do it all over again. And yeah, like I said earlier, basically the warnings, I basically gave up. I didn't really care about the warnings. But now replay with Captain Farah and Owens up the inside. There's contact and it's pushed Captain Farah wide, and I think Owens recognised it and decided to let him go back through, which is probably good sportsmanship in the end. So, and now Penske under attack here from Laggy, and I think is he going to let Laggy through? No, he's still going to go up the inside here. Laggy have to go right around the outside. Bit of wheel banging there between those two, but I think in the end Laggy, who did have that spin earlier on the race, Penske up the inside, probably taking a lot more curb than he would like, but Laggy now back up into 6th after that spin at turn 5. So, oh dear, my teammate's back in the lane again. This may explain why. Again, still chasing after Captain Farah. Again, probably anger maybe got the better of him here, as he was just so frustrated here. But come back in again, front wing change, super soft tyres. Everything's just going wrong for Ferrari, right, left and centre. But now his goal was just basically trying to get the fast lap of the race, but my goal was still to chase after Demonic, but running through the chicane, that didn't really help my cause. But and again, front wing damage, I'm probably going to say this a lot, front wing damage does not really help your cause, but running very wide there on that lap 32. Still hanging on to him just. He's probably still got enough at this stage, but the chicane, yeah, that was another warning there and another 3-second time penalty. I've pretty much lost track of how many time penalties we have got so far, but actually a couple of warning there as well. Out of, I think it was turn 9, but running very wide there again. It was just trying, but Demonic was just doing a great job nonetheless. I was just hoping that his tyres would burn up, because I think he's been on those for quite maybe a little bit longer than me, but trying to get a good run here through turn 4, but another 3-second time penalty, so I think we're up to 9 seconds worth. But coming through turn 9 here, gets a little sideways on the curb, and like I said, anger probably got the better of me. I sort of thought it was sort of calmer in the end for what occurred earlier, but that incident did get taken to the stewards, and Demonic got penalised after the race anyway. So, but now on the lap 34, got the warning there. That's probably a rarity I've seen there at turn 1, but might have been a yellow flag earlier, and dear. Like I said, just not been Ferrari's day at all, but it was good in the end. Owens did get the fastest lap of the race. It was a 19.2, 7.4. So this is Owens coming across the finishing line. He'll be glad to finish the race. Tyre hanging off. He'll be just really glad that race was over. Finished, I think, a couple of laps down in the end. So, yeah, but for us, yeah, what more can I say, really? I think Zombies won the race. It's in the end, it was probably a good recovery from about 2 front wing changes and battling with the front wing. I thought may as well do the same thing as what Owens did. So yeah, basically there's a replay from a spectator camera, and yeah, there you go. 2 damaged Ferrari cars. Gonna need a lot of repair after that incident, after that weekend. But yeah, there's the podium there. Zombie got first, Sly got second, and Matt, out of all people, I think got the 3rd place as well. So very well done considering he was leading the race for a little bit. But yeah, what more can I say, really? Like I said it earlier, probably going to be the title of my video. Disastrous day for Ferrari, all rounds. But still a handy couple of points anyway, so those points sort of could mean something come the end of the year, of the season anyway. So yeah, it was just pure frustration, right, left and centre anyway. So yeah, I don't really know what to say after that, really. We have a look at the race results in full. So a Zombie, Sly and Matt, Exodona, Penske, Laggy, DT, Gamble in 8th on his debut, and us in 9th. There's the rest of the Owens, but teammate there in 14th. Actually finished lap down, and Dragster, Amici got DNF, Spagbowl disqualified. So championship-wise, it's now gone to a 22-point lead from Zombie to Laggy. Owens and I have pretty much dropped down the order as well. Sly still hanging on in 5th. Got a bit of competition from Exodona there, but Constructors is really narrowed down to an 8-point lead for Ferrari over Renault. Haas still in 3rd, getting good points there. Red Bull coming a bit under attack from Sauber, won't be too far away. And yeah, Williams still getting 0 points. I am including the reserve drivers' points in the team's tally, so that probably might explain why the points tally's gone up a little bit. But if you did enjoy that, guys and girls, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. Comment down below on what you thought about that race. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more league racing content on F1 2017, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. And all my social media links will be down in the description. You can come check out the AOR website. Please have a decent internet connection. Yeah, for the moment, guys and girls, until the Belgium Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.